Hello again, and welcome to Phipps Conservatory, where today we'll be exploring the Troll Floral exhibit from 2021. I hope you enjoy. Hit like and subscribe for more. So this is the entrance to Phipps Conservatory, which is a beautiful glass terrarium. You can also walk the grounds on the outside of the terrarium. In this section of the entranceway, we have illustrations from a Norwegian illustrator who created troll-like images for a book. It was the basis for the troll images that you see in this exhibit. Most of the trolls that you see in this exhibit are made out of plants and flora and fauna and grow in the water. So here we have the main entranceway. We can see the first of the two little trolls. Around each exhibit, there were also signs giving more descriptions to the figures that you actually see. This one is Fen and Ivy. Now we went during the summer. There was flowers blooming, but not as much as they normally have in the spring and the fall. So maybe if we had waited a little bit longer, we could actually see more flowers, but it was still interesting to see. It was also summer, and this is also a greenhouse, so it is very humid, so you want to accommodate for that. This troll is made out of different types of plants and grasses, has sort of a Bigfoot look to it. You'll see these throughout the exhibit, sort of glass ornamentation from a famous glass artist.
Ben! And we're excited to welcome you to Phipps Conservatory for The Hidden Life of Trolls.
Today, you'll get to explore the magical world of our troll friends.
You'll be amazed at how many different kinds of trolls there are to see.
There are big, huge, giant trolls,
Little teeny tiny trolls,
bridge trolls,
water trolls,
and more. We've left signs in each room to teach you more about each of the trolls you'll see.
So, have a fun and happy journey.
And let the good times troll!
The large terrarium is divided up into indoor and outdoor rooms. There's many different rooms. This is a large sunken river. In this one we see a lot of treasure. It seemed more like Lord of the Rings inspired. We can see some of the golden treasure there. In this room was an effeminate-looking lady. You can see in the back she has an oxtail. And just some subtle features that would make her into a troll. Plus a chest of golden treasure. In this room we had a small pond you can walk around. In the small pond you'll see an island at the base of which there is sort of a troll face sticking out. We tried to activate the sound of this troll, but it didn't quite work. We also have in this space a wedding venue, and the wedding was taking place as we walked through. So please be respectful as you go there. In this room we had a large pond of water. So we had a lot of water-based plants, water lilies, things that grow around water. And in the back we had a small pagoda and a monster. This next room was a cactus room with a lot of desert-type plants, and this was actually one of the more interesting rooms that we went into. Specifically from the large snake plant that we saw coming around the corner. That was very interesting. The one thing I didn't like about this exhibit was I wish there were more trolls, so not every room has trolls in it. There are also some outdoor venues completely outside, a kids area, some of which you're not going to see in here. But it was interesting to visit. This was an outdoor vegetable garden. And then we walked around and found a Japanese garden. So it was interesting to see the ponds and also the bonsai trees, typical of Japanese gardening. This next room was a large open room with a lot of miniature trolls inside of it. We had a topiary over here of what appears to be a beaver or a squirrel. Then on the other side we had a lot of miniature trolls that were sort of building stuff out of wood, which was cute to see different sizes. This room was pretty interesting. It had a pond in the middle and a huge giant troll that was singing and humming as you walked by. Plus there were some interesting, pretty summer flowers that you can look at as well. This room led to an outdoor garden, and there was some tropical fruit in it, such as hanging bananas and some other interesting plants. So here we can see that on this plant here. This space was the entrance to an outdoor garden. We can see a large butterfly sculpture. As we walked around, there were different types of flower beds with some really pretty summer flowers in them. Later you'll see a fountain, and there was also a children's area. They can also play outside. That was an interesting area, especially if you had kids. This was a nice outdoor walkway with very large, I believe, hibiscus flowers that led all the way to an outdoor garden and back inside through another garden. This room was really interesting. We started by going through an underground cave. It was neat to go underneath it. Walked around in an oval, there was water fountains and little fish, and then left by going over top of the bridge of the underground cave. This room was really interesting and had a winding path leading up to an interactive troll that gave you riddles, with some nice flora and fauna plus a covered bridge.
I'm tall when I'm young, and I stand on a stick. I'm short when I'm old, with barely a width. My body is something that's made by the bees, and I may go out if there's a strong breeze. What am I?
This last section is the gift store, where you can buy troll-related merchandise, stuffed animals. They also had sort of a variety pack you can choose. They had books and souvenirs, glass ornaments, and even food items such as bottled honey. So it was fun to walk through and look at the merchandise they had. All in all, this was a really fun and interesting and different venue to look at. If you like flora and fauna and plants, you'd love it. The one thing I didn't like was I thought there could be more troll-related merchandise and displays. The trolls that were there were neat, but I wanted to see maybe a couple of more. There were outdoor venues, there was no trolls out there. It was fun to see, but for a troll exhibit, I wanted to see trolls in every single room. Because of that, I'm going to give this venue 3 keys. This is a fun and interesting place to visit. You should do it as well. Let us know if you want to visit yourself, and comment below on what you think. Thank you again.